Hey Scrappers, it's Vanessa here, and today I have a layout for Traci Reed Designs, and it is Mix It Up Monday. We are using the Cider Season and the Equinox, I believe is what it is called, collections, and we're combining those two together to create a layout. These two collections, if you don't already own them, be sure to go grab them from the shop. I know Cider Season is the new release and it is on sale. And these two collections pair great together. If you love sunflowers, the Equinox collection is perfect for that. There's lots of sunflowers in that particular collection. And so both of these work perfectly as fall collections if you're in the market for those. So there'll be in the description box below a link to the shop as well as the blog so you can see what other design team members went ahead and created using a combination of these two collections. So I have got a piece of cardstock that's going to be my background and a piece of white cardstock that are going to act as my foundational pieces. And then I have pattern papers from both collections. So this plaid pattern paper is from Cider Season. This sort of check pattern paper is from Equinox. This is also from Equinox. And then this is Cider Season. And then the polka dot and the solid, those are both from Equinox. And then I actually think this one is also from the Equinox as well. So I have, I guess, only one pattern paper, no, two pattern papers from the Cider Seasons. Now to the side here, I did cut this from one of the pattern papers from Cider Season, as well as I have two frames that I'm going to use around my photos. These are both also from Cider Season. I have two photos of my pup, my little puppy. She's not so little, but she's still my baby. And then over here I have a collection of leaves and hearts and flowers from both collections, as well as my title for this layout and this little camera. Those are from Bramble Fox. And those are some acrylic. I'm going to use that for my title. And then I am going to use some of these bookish sequins, I believe, to finish off my page at the end, which if you have this is a great mix. It actually coordinates with both of these collections. So just something to keep in mind. You can always hop over to Speak of Mom Scraps too. Yeah, so these are the two photos. Like I said, I'm going to frame them up with these little frames, so they're super cute. I'm going to do that off camera. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to use this, but I did kind of fussy cut it, so I thought I might try. Neither of these photos, as you can tell, have anything to do with fall, but I still think you can pull in some random pumpkins. Why not? Now, I'm not 100% sure I'm going to use all of these pattern papers. I am fairly certain I'm going to use these three for sure. And what I am thinking about doing, so I'm thinking I want to do like a diagonal. And I'm thinking, I know, look away if this is scary. But and actually I need to rip it a bit differently. But I'm thinking I want to do something like this and then tear another piece and have it up here. And then on top of this, I'm going to tear another strip that's going to go sort of, so think of that same diagonal kind of tear on this one, and then I'm going to take and do the same thing. So there'll be, you'll only see a little edge of this blue and a little edge of this on my background, but they'll all have a torn edge is kind of what I was thinking. So we'll see if this works. And so Now I'm thinking I want to do, and I have to, so if you want a white edge, you want to tear toward you for whatever piece you want to have the white edge. So if I tore it this way, this that I'm not going to use would have the white edge. So now, because I want a white edge to be seen, I want to tear with this page part that I'm not going to use toward me. So just a little FYI, if you're ever looking like, which way do you tear when you do the white edges? That's it. And I'm definitely not going for perfection on this. As you can tell, my diagonal is not perfect. But I just want something different rather than a top horizontal or vertical, which I've been doing quite a bit of lately. I thought something like this might be kind of fun, something different. And then I'm thinking I'll have one photo up here and then the other one down here. And then what I'm thinking about doing is taking my embellishments and possibly running them here along the diagonals and having some go below the white sort of ripped edge and some under, so sort of a heavily embellished center. It's kind of where I'm thinking this is going to go. And then, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with these. And the best part about it is this is a digital collection, so guess what? If I don't like it and I say, oh, I don't like the way this is going, I want to do something different, or I need that piece of paper again, I can always reprint it. So hello, love that about a digital kit. So always fun when you're working with digitals. You can totally make them your own. And so there we go. So I might even tuck some embellishing into these ripped edges in here. I'm not 100% sure, so we'll see how that goes. But here's my idea, is what I'm thinking. That's kind of where I was thinking, and that's going to be pushed right to the edge, so they're going to kind of stack on top of each other, all three of those. Excuse me. And then I'm going to repeat that same thing up here. So I think that's kind of different. I'm kind of liking that, so keep in mind I'm going to have one up here as well. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off camera, finish tearing these, and put all of these down and get my photos in the frames, and then we'll come back in with all of these embellishing and see just how we're going to put this together. Okay, I have created the background and added my photos, and I did add my title that I said I was going to use, and I am liking this so far. So I took all of those embellishments, sort of created a few little piles, and we're going to look at embellishing this layout. So I did also, once I had the papers down, I did take some watercolors. These are like a pearlized watercolor. So I took this lighter blue, this gold, and then this pinky purple plum color, and I just added splatters. So because of course I can't just leave a piece of white cardstock white, because that just feels like it needs something. It just needs to be dressed up. So I added that. So that just gives a little bit of something to the background, because I'm not covering all this white space. So with the splatters, kind of just give it something in the background. So now that that's done, hopefully you cannot hear my son. He's playing on the computer and he's really loud. He's not even in the same room as me, but he is so loud. So hopefully it's not coming through on my phone. So now, like I said, we're going to go ahead and put the embellishing on this page. I am using, as I said before, a combination of both collections. So I have florals and hearts from both collections. So it's just an intermix of the two. So let's see what we can do. So like I said, I created some little clusters. I did pop up my photos as well, just so you know. So now I am just going to build some embellishment clusters here with my florals, and I'm going to put some up on top, some below, and just play with these clusters. I have a heart. I'm thinking the theme of a heart is going to go in every cluster. I do want to put this camera somewhere. Let's pop it there for right now. And then, let's see. Let's do a cluster down here maybe. And like I said, I want to have some that go on top of the torn edge and then florals that go behind. So that is sort of what I'm aiming at. So I'm just going to play along the edge here, kind of keeping it along the edge with my embellishing, just to kind of get a mix of my florals. And like I said, I'm liking that. I don't want to cover the entire torn edge because I want you to be able to see that. I like the texture that that brings. So I'm definitely aiming to make sure that you can still see that, but at the same time adding in all of these fun florals because we want to dress up this page just a little bit. So some above, like I said, some below. And I don't really have a rhyme, or I don't really have like a plan. I'm kind of just playing, going, okay, how about this here kind of deal. And I'm gonna bring that heart out here a little bit so I can tuck this floral in here maybe. And have, it's such a big heart, you can definitely tell it's still a heart regardless of where I place it. So something like that maybe. So I'm liking that. This is just full enough that there's enough sort of embellishing that it feels pulled together, but not so overwhelming that you lose the torn edges and the look that I was going for. So we'll end up having to pop probably these that are on top of the photo. We'll probably need a little bit of foam behind them because the photos are popped up. And so I will need to do that. So now let's do the same thing on this side. And I like that this like pink that's in the Equinox collection kind of brings out my, this is the only pink that's really coming in is from the pink that's in those florals. That's why I brought in the pink of the title. Just brings out a little bit of that pink that I really wasn't pulling from anywhere else. So I kind of like that. And so just something different. And get all these. This one here needs a heart to find something to go in there. Let's see. That one over here, put a heart in there. Do I have another heart? Yes, I do. So maybe this one in here, something like that. So we'll see. And then let's put something on this side. And then, of course, as usual, I will come in and glue all of this down off camera because you definitely don't want to watch me glue the tedious part of gluing all of these little florals down. Now these ones are all going to go underneath that title. Since I've already glued the title down, it sort of needs to now have florals underneath it, so that is fine. And we'll make another one over here. And kind of play with these florals. Again, having it come underneath that. Let's see, I wonder if I can stick that underneath that title ever so slightly. I don't know. We'll see if that stays. And I will add some, I will like curl up the edges of these florals and whatnot, just because I like the texture that that gives. So it's gonna go something like that. That one needs a little bit of finessing for sure. It needs a bit of additional, I don't know. I need to tuck things a little bit better on that cluster, but this gives you a pretty good idea of what I was going for. I do really like how this has come together. Hopefully you guys are having fun looking at all the projects that the design team has created using these two collections. They are definitely a great match to each other. There's so much you can do with these two collections. You don't have to just scrapbook fall photos either. You can do any sort of theme that you want. And I think that is going to do it for the embellishing. So I am going to go ahead and go off camera, glue all this down, and then I think from the bookish, I'm probably just going to come in with some of the gold sequins that are super sparkly and just add them throughout sort of the clusters on this page. There's a lot going on this page. It's really busy, but I do really like it. So we'll be right back and finish this one up. Okay, so I got everything glued down and I did start putting the sequins on, so you can kind of see them here on the bottom half. And I did start here in this corner and up at the top. So I'm just going to come in here now and finish adding the sequins. So I'm kind of doing like groups of 3 and then groups of 2. Just around the embellishment clusters. And like I said, I'm really just going with the gold ones, the little gold ones that are in this collection. I decided to just stick with the one color, which is what's great about sequins, in that you can just grab one color out of the mix, or you can mix them all together and use all the colors. For this one, I am sticking, like I said, to just the one, and I'm just trying to get the ones that I want on my little pickup stick thing here. And let's do one here, and then do 3 up there. And this will finish off this page once I get these sequins down. Oop. Knocking everything over. And like I said, don't forget to hop over or check the description box below and hop over to the blog and see everyone else's projects using these two collections. And if you haven't grabbed the new collection and you are looking for a really great fall collection, highly recommend Cider Season. It is so cute. And with that, guys, if I can get my needle on here. With that, guys, we are going to call this layout done. So I will have still photos coming up in just a sec, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.